thing I didn't touch on that I would like to, the lanes that you will transition to for those advancing, they will all be fresh from here out. So the winners of this will go on fresh, and then the finals will also be on fresh. There will be no going on burn from here on.
Yeah, I checked it. He said yeah. March 1st is the bulldog. Yeah, he even said, he goes, he could leave it out here because once we're done, you guys are done today, the door's locked. I know to get it. I know to get it.
question came up, I wanted to clarify. You are able to change surface until the match begins. So just know that you're able to change surface until the match begins.
All right, it's about time to get this match play underway. We got Brad and Kyle. Not that Brad and Kyle, it's this Brad and Kyle. Brad Miller, Kyle Troop. In the opening round of match play here, best of 3, 2 out of 3. As we work our way down to a champion. So welcome back. Bradley Open, final rounds coming up next, right here live on Bull TV. We got Ethan Fiore taking on Kyle Sherman. One match off cam, defending champ Eric Jones taking on Jimmy Grago. And then we have local bowler Chris Pollard taking on the number 2 seed Trevor Roberts. There we are. We are back on fresh. Every match will be back on the fresh Bradley Open pattern now. This is probably a high-profile match here. Brad Miller, Kyle Troop. I'm working on something here, Sarah. That's why I'm being so quiet. See if I can maybe. No guarantees. Trying to get all three matches up there for you. The triple Y. How about that? Should be better now. Audio should be under control. Audio should be fixed now. No more hot audio. Just 4 or 5 frames into these opening matches, getting its best 2 out of 3. Kyle Troop, you see, has 1 open, 1 strike, 1 spare. And for his second spare, Brad Miller, just a 1 strike. Picked up a little split, though. Kyle Sherman is up 20 early. Trevor Roberts, spare, strike, spare, spare. Got a 1-pin lead through 4 frames in his match. And Eric Jones has about a 20-pin lead through 5 frames over Jimmy Grago in the 4th match. It's not on camera. Really nice shot for Ethan. He's been playing inside like that better than anybody all weekend long. Turn it up, David. We're pumping out pretty loud here. Should be okay. Crank it up. Eric Jones is bowling the 4th match off camera against Jimmy Grago. Top 8, Kyle Troop, Trevor Roberts, James Grago, Ethan Fiore, Kyle Sherman, Eric Jones, Chris Pollard, Brad Miller. Troop versus Miller, Roberts versus Pollard, Grago versus Jones, Fiore versus Sherman. So we got PBA champion with some majors. We've got a couple guys from Florida, a couple of lefties, young player Ethan Fiore, Kyle Sherman, Brad Miller, Eric Jones. Pretty solid top 8 here at the Bradley, as it is every year. Shout out and thank you to all the sponsors. Hammer, QubicaAMF, Wolfe Bowling Supply. Of course, everybody watching. Take a minute now if you haven't yet this weekend. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the Facebook page as well for Bowl Stream TV. Keep up to date on all the other events coming up. All free to watch right here on YouTube. Eric Jones looks like he's going to go up 1-0 in his match with a couple frames to go. Gronko's got a split and 2 opens. Unfortunately, a couple mismakeables. Kyle Sherman gets another strike. That's 3-bagger now. He's got himself a nice little lead over Ethan. Ethan's got 2 splits and another open frame. Actually, 2 open frames. So Kyle's up big here in game 1. Best 2 out of 3. Total pins don't matter. It was a heck of a finish for Brad Miller to make it in the top 8, but I'm sure he would like to do it a different way. Having to shoot 257 on the end in this pattern, that's not a position you want to be putting yourself in. Brad with 5 200s out of the 12 games of advanced round of match play. On the other side of that, Kyle Troop had 11 of 12 200s. So he was 264 pins ahead. Or 263. Roberts getting that one to face up, and it creeps just a touch high, leaves a 3-6. Brad Miller with a 4-6. What's that do to his total? Yeah, he's in trouble. Looks like he might go down 1-0. Unless the Troop gives him some sort of opening. Let's take a quick look. Let's go full screen just for a little bit. We'll bounce around, check some scores. Full screen down here. We've got Pollard, 110 in the 6th. If he makes this spare, he's down 7. To Trevor Roberts. Kyle Sherman in command against Ethan Fiore here in game number 1. And Kyle Troop. He's in command in his game as well. All right, back to the triple wide. Eric Jones will get the win. So Eric Jones going up a game. Kyle Sherman up 1. Roberts Pollard too close to call. And Kyle Troop looks like he's going to go up 1-0 with a couple of frames to go. Appreciate the nice words about the lighting. It's frustrating for us as broadcasters to come into some centers that are dark, and you know, unfortunately, this is one of the darker ones. The lights, if you've been in this building before, the lights are actually back behind, like where I'm sitting, right, and up in the concourse. There's nothing in the city, and that's a 5-pin for Kyle Troop. Not uncommon here at this tournament. So you see the bowlers up at the approach. They got nice lighting over the lanes, but between like the foul line and the counter here at the concourse, there's 0 lights above any of that. That's why you see them going in and out of the shadows, the darkness there. And the downside is if we open up the cameras to get a better thing in there, you can see like I know with Brian and Kyle, it gets a little blurry. And then the scores, we'll be watching away the score, so it's kind of hard to do that. But hey, that's what we got. We got the scores. So upper left and our big screen, those matches are over. Let's go full screen here with T. Roberts. This is the only one that's yet to be decided. How about that spare shooting? Pollard. That's a lot of work right now. Pacing a $180. Trevor pacing a $190. It's gonna be first person miss a spare in this one, it looks like. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but. D. Roberts ain't gonna miss a spare. Uh-oh, that could be our first open. 1-2, 8-10. Much more makeable than 2-8-10. But still, at this point of the match, game number 1, best of 3. Quarterfinals here at the 46th Bradley Open. Really not the spare you want to be shooting at to try to lock up a game. 208, the max score for Chris Pollard. 202, the max for Trevor Roberts. So even if Trevor picks this up, Pollard's going to have a chance to shut him out in the 9th and 10th frame. The rest of the matches are just starting game number 2. Again, Troop is up 1-0. Eric Jones up 1-0. Kyle Sherman up 1-0. And this is end of game 1 here for Trevor Roberts out of Florida and local bowler Chris Pollard. was not a bad shot at all. That FST really wasn't even nice. Not nice at all. See the score? It's a 6-pin match. Both players have been giving up some count here or there. .196 now the max score for Chris Pollard. Kyle Sherman starts spare, strike to Fiore's spare, and there's the first open. All that work to lose it in the 10th. 6 pins in the next shot. Trevor Roberts goes up 1-0. Go back to the triple Y. Trevor upper right just needs 6. Troop the 1 seed, Brad Miller the 8, Trevor Roberts the 2, Pollard the 7, Grotto the 3, Eric Jones the 5, and Eric Jones the 6th, and then Sherman 5, Fiore 4 coming in. So we got Jones and Sherman, the 2 lower seeds, up 1-0 on their matches, and then our number 1 and 2 seed Roberts and Troop both win theirs. Wrong, we might see some of the scores go up now in these matches. We got the players that are all average and the highest in the field, and less lane play, probably a little bit less surface, so they're not going to break down, get as ugly as they did in the 6-game blocks. 4-9 falls to the right for Kyle. Take it. Eric Jones staying clean in game number 2. Grago 2 opens through 6 frames and 2 strikes. So Jones with the lead and a chance to close out the match. Get one step closer defending his title. We'll have both semis and, of course, the final right here. You just can't all 4 matches without having to do a re-oil and slow down the event. So they have one that's just out of range. That would be a Miller-Sherman semi if they both win their matches. Trevor Roberts, Chris Pollard, they get the winner of the Grago-Jones match. Ethan and Kyle. Winner of that one, we get the winner of the Troop and Brad Miller. So if it's going to be a Brad and Kyle matchup, it's going to have to be in the semis, and Kyle Troop's not going to be happy about that. Because he wants to be in the semis. Well, the only non-professional in the field, I think, is Mr. Pollard. Not sure if he bowls regional. Grago's a regional player. The rest of the guys have all bowled on a national tour. Ethan, a bunch are PTQs. Same for Trevor Roberts. Trevor made the cut at the U.S. Open a couple of years ago. Sherman right down the middle. Gets a break there. Leaves just a 6. Staying clean. Going to have a little advantage. Brad Miller looking for 4 in a row. And okay. Okay. High flush 6-8 for a right-hander. That was interesting. Makeable. Get a couple full screens here. Check some scores. T. Roberts, early lead. Sherman has got the lead. Troop, Roberts, Jones, and Sherman all up 1-0 in this best of 3 format here. Win 2 games. You move on to the next round. And Eric Jones. I think he's just about ready to shut out Jimmy Grago. Go get a closer look at that one. Far ready screen. Eric Jones just needs 2 pins, and he eliminates Jimmy Grago, and he gets that. So we can go back to triple wide. There's nothing else to pay attention to. So Jones will take on the winner of Trevor Roberts and Chris Powell. Roberts up 1-0 and up in this game as well. Boy, Troop like that shot and gets. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can share the word for that. Let's go back in. What do you think his pickup was at 4-9? Nicely done. There's an 8-10. Even better. What was that thing? Anyway, I was going to go back and look at the score. Let's see. 95 on the open for Kyle Troop through 6, up 1-0. Brad Miller can make this and be up 20-22 with a strike. It looks good. 21 pin lead for Brad Miller. Here in game 2, looking to force a game number 3. Kyle Sherman, a little momentum change with Fiore picks the 8-10. Kyle Greek Churches. Ethan takes the lead sitting on the bench. Eric Jones has already advanced. Trevor Roberts looking to close his match out 2-0 upper right against Mr. Pollard. Troop trying to cut in that lead. Brad Miller here. And not have to bowl the third game, but he's up 1-0 and 9 pin just didn't cooperate neither. Last couple shots for Kyle have been horrible. Can't get any type of break there. Upper right, Trevor Roberts 106 in the 5th, spare in the 6th. 23 pin lead. Kyle Troop down 31 through 6. And if Ethan makes this, he will be up 8 pins. Problem with going off the corner like you guys are talking about is after so many shots or so much surface, the ball is just going to hook immediately and just not even get there. Let's just go dead straight, and then you're going to have 0 hitting power. You're going to be leaving 5-7s, 5-7-10s, 5 pins. Hard and straight off the corner seems like it's a great idea until you get out there in this situation and try to do it, and it's not there. These guys would have done it. If you guys have tried, they don't even hit the head pin on the right hand side. Look, it hits a 3 pin when they try to point it off the right corner. Second open frame from Pollard. Roberts with that 3-10 can make this and open up his lead a little bit. So, I mean, Brad was kind of going off the corner. He said the ball hooked and quit, and it hooked and quit, and then hooked again and went Brooklyn. Kyle knew it right away. That wasn't good. Any mark and Ethan will win the game and force a game 3 regardless of what Sherman does in the 10th. Or he might not even have to mark. Kyle's max is 182. Got to have a double to force a mark out of Ethan in the 10th. That left lane has not been kind to Mr. Troop here this game. He's going to have to figure out how to got all 10 pins over there if he wants to win this one. Two clutch shots for Sherman, forcing the mark. No, that's impressive. We're going to 3 and Troop Miller. Pollard really needs to make this 4-9. Really needs to make. Give it a run. Kyle Sherman. Good count. Forces a mark out of Ethan. It's all right. That's enough. Brad Miller will finish up his game. We'll get back to that one shortly. See Roberts coming up. Nine in this shot's more than enough. Trevor advances. Taking Eric Jones, a couple youngsters. Trevor's going to be the old guy in that group. Yeah, I was trying to get you a double wide, but I won't let me do it in this. Not the way I want to do it anyway. Two backs, it would have looked cool. But game 3, Kyle Sherman front 3, Ethan Fiore spared unopened. So Kyle with the early lead. Chance for a Brad and Kyle matchup in the semifinals where they both win. Or even a Kyle matchup. Or a Brad-Ethan matchup. And that's what happens here in this event. You start walking out the 5-pin. Another open frame for Ethan. He's in trouble here in game number 3. 12-pin lead for Kyle Troop early. Just 2 matches on their way, so we set our finals. We already have Trevor Roberts advancing to take on Eric Jones in 1 semi. And we're waiting for the winner of Sherman Fiore or Miller Troop to find out our other semifinal matchup. Seven, get out of there. Not sure what knocked it over, but it's gone. That's all that matters for Kyle. Shots right there, trying to stay in it. Trying to battle. Kyle Tripp to take the lead right here. These are both game threes in his best of three semi or quarterfinals here. That ball is not turning at all. Try to like, share, subscribe. It's that time. Let's do it. Let's try to get us over 1,000 viewers too. Why not? We're at 72 likes. Let's get to 200. Looks like Sherman's ready to go first. 226 to max for Fiore. There's not a whole lot he can do right now. He needs some help. Got to strike out. And hope he gets some help. Well, that's the start of some help. Makes things a little more interesting. That's pacing 208 now for Sherman. Ethan can still get in the 220s. Strike here can make things fun to watch here. We got a ball game. How about that? Impressive couple shots for Ethan. He just thought he was out completely. Gets a big split for Sherman. Gets up, throws a double. We'll have ourselves a little game here. Little game. Cal Troop up one pin halfway through their third and final game. It's not how, it's how many. This is when they start to slow down a little bit. Every shot's getting more and more important. A chance to win the title here at the Bradley. Money's great. This is a don't let anybody fool you. This is a very prestigious title, especially in this part of the country. Kyle just trying to go with fall back and never quite got far enough right. Ethan can stick it up here, strike out and force Kyle to get the first one in the 10th. How about that? Like, share, subscribe. We got over 1,000. Well done, everybody. Appreciate it. Yeah, that didn't suck. That was a pretty solid shot right there. Had to have it, got it. Absolutely aced it. Kyle taking a rear rack. That 8 count actually cost him a little bit too, losing a pin and count there. Eric Jones, Trevor Roberts, they'll bowl each other in the semifinal. Winner of these two matches bowl each other in the semifinal also. This strike here from Ethan would force the mark out of Sherman. A little quick. Just got to touch quick. Well, actually, Kyle still needs a mark. 9 out would be 205. Ethan just hit 213 with a spare. Kyle Troop strikes off to the left. All right, Sherman's gonna have to mark. That's a mark. I'm not sure anybody in the building knows how to respond to that. There's a lot of silence back there. Nobody's sure if they should clap or give Ethan a hug. That was something. Honestly, he was going to get 9. Should have got 9, right? So ended up being a strike, but should have been a 9 spare. Still gets the win. It's just tough to lose like that. So Kyle Sherman advances. Is he going to get his good buddy Brad Miller, or is he going to get Kyle Troop in the final game? Troop can get to 215. This pair here, Brad's going to be 2-0. 205 with a strike. Forced Troop to get the first strike. And winner of this match gets Kyle Sherman. Well, actually, strike was big there. Now strike nine's probably going to have a tie. Yeah, Brad strikes on the field would have forced a double. Still needs 9, minimum 9 on this next shot. 9s are not easy to get. He got quick. Brad Miller advances. Sherman versus Miller. Kyle has pretty much dominated this tournament all weekend long. Pretty much dominated the whole weekend. Bowled great in the doubles. Won the doubles. Deep run here. Came down to that shot. Unfortunately, going to come up a little bit short in a title run. And we are set for our semifinals. So Trevor Roberts, the 2 seed. Taking on defending champ Eric Jones, the 6. Kyle Sherman, the 5 seed. Taking on his good buddy Brad Miller, the 8. Brad shoots that big game to get in the bracket, takes out the number 1 seed. Now he gets his good buddy. Short break. We'll have it right here. We're not going off the air. Just taking a little break, get things reset. Semifinals up next right here at the Bradley on Bullstream TV.
Also, these are just gross because we just the hole. It's like there's just a hole in the middle, and we chased him in. And
every time through.
Yeah, that was. Just gotta have that 420 rev rate.
Watch Trevor. Let's go root against the lefty.
All right, bowlers.
Hey, good
Moving
job,
into your semifinals is your 8 seed, Brad Miller, against the 5 seed, Kyle Sherman, on 33 and 34. And your 2 seed, Trevor Roberts, against your 6 seed, Eric Jones, on 41 and 42. I'll give you guys another minute or two to get your stuff moved and get settled, and then we'll turn you guys on for 5 minutes of practice. Again, bowlers, another reminder, no altering of any lane, of any ball surface from this point forward. The higher seed have lane choice, so Kyle and Trevor. There's again a best 2 out of 3. I'll wait on your thumbs up, and then we'll start you guys for practice, okay?
Here we go, Brad and Kyle. Best 2 out of 3, semifinal number 1. And semifinal number 2. Right over here, Eric Jones, defending champion. Taking out Trevor Roberts. And an early open. Just working on a little double wide for you here, so just be patient. I think I can. I think I can. Well, no, I can't. Just gotta remember how. And these are best 2 out of 3 winners bowl for the title here at the Bradley. Sorry, fix the audio. I got it. See, I knew I could do it, but I got it fixed now. Wake up, everybody. That should be better. Now we get everybody awake. Oh, they got the wrong scoreboard. Of course they do. And I thought I was so smart. That's what I get for thinking. I'm fixing the scoreboard. Just making sure y'all paying attention. That's all. That's what's going on. And you were, so nicely done. How about that? Everybody happy now? I'm not. I gotta fix it because it'll drive me crazy if I don't make it perfect or better than that. The bottom at least. All right, now I can survive. Game 1, best of 3. We've got a pretty good lead right now. 3-bagger for Trevor Roberts. Kyle Sherman's got 64 in the fourth. Brad Miller 60 in the fourth. Brad yet to throw a strike. We're pumping those viewer numbers up there. Let's everybody do it. Let's go. Let's get out there and do a like, share, subscribe. All the rounds are on fresh here this afternoon. This is semifinals round number 2. Championship matches will be up next right here. It's going to be 2 out of 3 as well. Just part in the rack. 10-pin doesn't want to cooperate there for Trevor Roberts. Get that 4-7 out of there. Yeah, I think y'all might be making too much of these no high fives. These guys, it's business, right? They got work to do. They're friends, no doubt about it. Business partners, but right now it's about winning this match and bowling for the title here at the Bradley. As mentioned earlier, this is a very prestigious title, especially here in the Midwest. Start looking at the past 45 champions, and it's impressive. There's one of the former champions, defending champ right there, Eric Jones. Two of 32, 2 of 33 max scores. Eric is up by a pin now. Brad Miller's up by 8. When it's single pin differentials, comes right down the 10th frame. Who's going to close it out? Big shot for Eric Jones here and for Brad Miller. Keep pressure on their opponents. Trevor Roberts will finish first. He can shoot 232. Brad Miller, he can shoot 195. They're not bowling each other, so it doesn't matter. Nice spare for Brad. Ooh, that's trouble for Trevor. Big door open for Eric Jones right there. Big door. Big old gust of wind just came in and it's blowing some of Trevor's hopes of winning game number 1 right out the window. Trevor with the 210. I put this probably 30. Yeah, give him 30% make rate, 27% make rate. So better than a 1 or 4 chance. How about that? That is money right there. So it gives him a chance to shoot 220. can get up here and double and force Eric to at least get the first one. And great count. Yeah, Brad Miller goes up 1-0. 195 is enough. Yeah, the max tackle shoots 187. Brad wins first one. To be determined is still the match on your right. Trevor hoping that 7 would go, and it doesn't. It doesn't. So now I guess spares 210. Still forces a mark out of Eric Jones. Two-10's a solid ball game, clean with that 210 conversion as well. Nothing Trevor can do about that one. That's a solid ball game here at the Bradley. That's a winner. So we're going to have Eric Jones up 1-0. Brad Miller up 1-0. These are our two semifinal matches. Winners bowl for the title. No losers bracket. All right, we're into game 2 semifinals here at the Bradley. Time for another like, subscribe, and share. You can do it. Well, how about another 210 combo conversion here? This one's no different than the 210 he just made. Just got 4, which makes 210. You make the 2 410. No, this is not a PBA event. This is Bowl Stream TV. Completely separate from the PBA and Bowl TV, which is USBC entity. Bowl Stream TV has been around for 13 years. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Lots of other events coming up in the future. As we get into game 2, just a quick recap. Best of 3 here, semifinals, the Bradley 2025 version here at Executive Strike and Spare. The final event held in the building. We're going to be shutting the doors, locking up as we head out. The center is going out of business. Not out of business. They have a new center open across town, but this location will be done after today. So a nice send off. Eric Jones looking to go back to back in this building. Wants to be the last winner. It's actually interesting. We had some guys talk about they want to shoot the last honor score here. We didn't have any. Well, I guess it would be Nick Pate, right? Nick's the one that had all the 300 this weekend. Had a couple of them. Were any of the doubles or not? Seems like that was so long ago. Surface changes stopped at the start of the bracket play. Championship match will be on fresh on lanes 37 and 38. Oh, that's right. Young Bryce had that 300. Thank you, Victor. Forgot about that one. Spares around. Nice shot, Eric Jones. 7 goes late, but it goes. PBA has no current contracts on for 2025, but they're in negotiations with several companies, so I expect that to be resolved before too long. Not like they lost a contract; it just expired. It was a 5-year deal with Fox, still in effect through the end of this season. Nope, still up. So 233 to 210, game number 1. Eric Jones over Trevor Roberts puts him up 1-0. 195, 186. Brad Miller over Kyle Sherman puts Brad up 1-0. If Brad and Eric win one more game, they will bowl each other for the title. And Eric's looking for back-to-back here in Louisville. We were talking to Jason Uswall, general manager and tournament director here, and these lanes aren't being demoed. They're all going to be disassembled, put in storage for parts for other centers in the strike and spare catalog. And this building has always been owned by the fairgrounds. They just weren't able to negotiate a new lease, new long-term lease or short-term lease, and that's just the way it goes. So the fairgrounds will take control of the building back since it's theirs. And there's a new center open across town with the same owners called J-Town, or in J-Town, I guess. I'm not sure what the name of the center is. Maybe it is J-Town. So no one's losing their jobs. Everybody's going to be happy. Got a new center to bowl in. I heard it's pretty nice, too. Brand new. Sherman looking for his first strike here in game number 2. Pretty sure Eric Jones is no relation to Tommy Jones. I would bet the farm on that. I don't have a farm, but if I did, I would bet it. 3-pin differential right now in the Brad and Kyle match. That looks in. Goes high, 2-7. No, just a 2. As much as you want to, you don't apologize for getting strikes like that. That's just what happens here at this event. Sometimes if they're really good ones, you get crushed for it. So you're going to have some of those. It's just the way it goes. There's first strike for Kyle. Let's get awful quiet in here. Eric up 21, looking to close the game and match. And ball for his second title in as many years here in this building. Trevor makes 210. Eric makes 3-7 there. Take that. .215 the max score. Trevor Roberts 216 the max score for Eric Jones. So just a 1-pin match. 190 the max for Kyle Sherman. Brad Miller's pace of 197. Strike here, Brad would just need 7. We'll give him 181, doesn't need that. So it's at 177. 6 on this next shot. And Brad Miller will be in the title match. I think I like his chances. That'll do it. High pin falls forward. That's a normal shot. No, it's not. Spare is 193. 9 spare strike is 194. So getting this spare, it's a big deal. Hang on, stay behind the line. All right. Took care of business there. Yeah, 9 spare strike, or just get the strike. And we'll see a game 3. Gotta get at least 9 though. 8 spare strike could be a tie. Or 9 spare 9. All sorts of different scenarios. Just get the strike and you're forcing game number 3, and that's 7. That's a loser. Makes 192 the max score. Eric Jones will bowl for the title. And a chance to defend here at the Bradley. Wow. That is not what you expect. Not even a little bit. Great bowling all week by Trevor. Puts himself in position. Ball in the hand, and the Bradley will get you like that. That's what it does. So championship match, Eric Jones, Brad Miller coming up next. They're going to be right here on 37-38. We will stay live. Got to make a camera move. Simple adjustment. And we will be on to our title match here at the 46th Bradley Open.
All right. Advancing to your final for the 2025 Bradley Open is your 8 seed, Brad Miller, and your 6 seed, Eric Jones. All right, I'll give you guys a couple minutes to get settled down in your lanes. You guys are going to be on 37 and 38. You got to move the camera and stuff too, so give us just a minute or so. get started, one last time, I'd like to thank our sponsors, QubicaAMF, Hammer Bowling, Wolfe's Bowling Supplies. This tournament doesn't happen without them. I'd like to thank the staff. I'd like to thank the live stream, Bowstream TV, and everybody, all the participants that came. It's a bittersweet moment as we close out executive in a championship match for the Bradley. With that,
Guys, are you guys ready? That makes it more. It's 8:40. It's 8:40.
Eric, Brad, are y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
With that said, we'll turn you guys on for 5 minutes of practice. Again, best 2 out of 3, no altering lanes to ball surface of any kind. Good luck and good bowling.
Working on the scoreboard. So we'll get that figured out here in just a second. Don't worry. A little more here. A little more audio maybe. How about that? I just switched headsets. Jason's sitting back down with us here shortly. Gotta get everything in FM radio mode, so we're ready. I'm ready now. '46 annual I'm not sure if Daniel, that might have been a year off in there somewhere. I'm not sure about the COVID year. I remember that one. I think we actually had this event before all that started. Well, I think they missed one. Brad Miller taking on Eric Jones. Eric looking for back-to-back titles here at the Bradley. You see they got about 30 seconds left in practice. It's time to get to business. Brad is the 8 seed, so that means that Eric is the 6. There we go. Jeez, that wasn't so hard to figure out, was it? Brad the 8, Eric the 6. So Eric Jones got here by defeating Jimmy Grago and Trevor Roberts. Brad Miller got here by defeating Kyle Troop and Kyle Sherman. So I just don't think Brad likes people named Kyle. That's what I got out of that. Yeah, I'll try to look at the rack. It's not too far away what the balls are thrown. Eric is a hammer guy. Brad's a storm guy, so that's a start there. That's a start. Time to do that. Like, subscribe, and share. Bump those numbers up there. See if we can get to. See how high we can get watching bowling here on a Sunday afternoon. Is football over? Buffalo won, looks like. Eric Jones, he's looking to win again. Oh. Uncivilized. And I told you we'd get him back. We finally did. The busiest man in the building, Jason Newswall.
And not many left back in the building, so.
You didn't want legendary, so we'll go with the busiest.
Yeah, I said infamous before.
Or infamous.
I think that works. Definitely had some interesting matches all the way to the final.
We have had a fun afternoon. There's no question about that. And I got to plug this laptop in before I forget and we lose everything. So let's do that. There, that's better. That'd have been a disaster. You have some great matches.
Yeah.
I mean, watching Trevor Roberts, lose. I mean, not everybody could win, but needed at least 9 and get 7 on that first ball in the 10th. You know, Eric Jones, defending champion, looking to go back to back. That's what champions do, put their opponents in a tough spot, and unfortunately for Trevor, Eric is bowling for the title. Same for Brad Miller and Kyle Sherman. Good buddies, but Brad just kept the pressure on, and here he is. So Jason, I was telling some of the viewers, or all the viewers, I guess whoever's actually listening, so 4 people, how prestigious of a title this is in the Midwest. I know you and I get it because we grew up in the Midwest, but
Yep.
the list of champions through the years is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, not just tour guys, but even your local and your regional studs. You know, has Ronnie Sparks won this?
Nope. He was runner-up to Tony Lambert.
But Tony's won it twice here. Smallwood's won it. All right, Wallachek, Westmont.
So Smallwood once, Lambert 3 times.
Wow.
Lambert, one of the only people back-to-back.
Novak went back-to-back, right?
Yep. Kim Ballaby went to back-to-back finals.
Justin Knowles, did he go back-to-back?
Nope. Nope.
He's won
Justin's
2.
won.
Just one?
Yep.
Okay. And Justin won before he was really out on tour, so I wouldn't call him a pro at the time. Kind of the same for Novak. He bowled a few regionals when he won it, but he wasn't a professional at the time.
Yep. Wes Malott won the year that Pattern did not at all play like the Bradley.
I'm going to have to go find the archive on that one because I know it's out there because I don't remember that bowling center. I
Yeah.
swear it was here.
Three 300s in 24 hours. I talked about that yesterday.
Well, West
Or
gets-
this morning,
West,
sorry,
West
this
gets
morning.
greedy sometimes, yeah. Well, you were looking to having that happen this weekend with
Nick Pate.
Nick Pate going 300, 249, 300.
Well, the only difference there is Nick did it in the prequel events.
Yeah, we
And
don't
then-
want to
and then
mess
Wes
up a
does
good
it
story
on-
with the facts.
And then Wes does it on the hard stuff or harder stuff.
I think
for
that was
weekend.
the house shot for Wes. You know, somebody matches up and he matched up well that weekend.
Oh yeah, super well.
Brad Miller, Eric Jones, championship match, 2 out of 3. For this title.
And the last game's in this bowling center.
Wow, you guys are going to sneak in at 2 in the morning and have one last pot game.
Nah, I don't think so.
No? You're not going to throw one last shot in here?
I don't know. I haven't.
You know you want to.
Possibly.
When nobody's looking, just chuck one overhand just for fun. Just to say you did it.
I'm getting old. I might break something doing that.
That's true. So putting the pressure on it early is Brad Miller with the front 4. Make this spare. Still has 279 max. Pacing in the 230s or so. Eric Jones with 1 open off that split and 1 spare. I think you should let the winner pick one thing to take with them. A ceiling fan, a chair, a tray from the snack bar, something.
Yeah, some piece of memorabilia.
Yeah, a little memento. Or make them sign something and then take it to the new building.
Yeah.
Trip that 2. There it is. And I didn't really mean throw it overhand. Jason knew that. That's just a figure of speech. Sometimes, you know, you'd like to. Tom Hess in the chat watching from 35,000 feet.
That's another good shot.
Yeah, when Eric gets dialed in, man, he throws some super high quality shots. But you know, this is just so tough. You have zero misroom up front, very little misroom in the middle, and even less misroom down the back end. Other than that, it's wide open.
I don't think that gives a lot of openings.
But you know, I still think that's one thing I noticed in this pattern. You know what the arrows, whether or not you get a chance of striking it. It's instant feedback.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, when you see these guys stand there and post and watch a shot, you know they liked it. That's in. Yep. See, that was probably 2 right at the arrows, at least. And he pays the big price with the big 4. So now here's where you get to the scenario. It's early, right? We've seen some pretty good comebacks. We almost saw Ethan Fiore come back against Kyle Sherman. Made a heck of a run there.
He did.
But at what point, if you're Eric Jones, now you got a couple more shots, try something different. You know, you got the whole left side lane to yourself. These are back on fresh. There's nothing that you're going to do in the lanes that's going to mess up Brad. He's not going to mess up you. I mean, if Brad strikes here, even marks, you might as well just take those last 3 frames to
see something different.
Yeah, I mean, 214 is the max. Brad's pacing 230. Yeah.
Yep.
Brad's going to go 1 up. And almost the same scenario for Brad, right? I mean, he's locked in. He's got a good line, but you try something different? What would you do, Jason?
I mean, I think it really depends on what they did for surface for bowling balls beforehand. I mean, obviously, what another part that makes this roll-off unique is that we don't allow them to resurface or change surface in between matches. It's only when they start going into their first round.
Well, that's another great point. If you're Brad, you just you know what, move 3-4 zones away from where you're throwing it so you don't mess up the line going to the next game. Because it changes fast with the amount of surface that players have been using.
Well, you could do that, or, you know, does Brad have another ball in the bag that he's already applied the surface to so that he can switch over and go to that for the next game?
Or you don't want to lane shine it, or just throw plastic, or who knows what. But just different things you can do in these matches. Looks like he's just sticking with what's got him here. Got to make it spare, but always things to think about when you're in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, answering your original question, I'd probably just keep it going where I'm at. I mean, maybe it's a confidence or mental thing where you just want to keep that repetition going and keep it going on the right line. And then again, like I said, if he's got something else in the bag that's prepped and ready, or another ball that's comparable, then he knows he's got a similar look for the next game. Because, like you said, it's lefty-righty, so neither one of them are running over each other.
My next question is going to be, we you know, if Eric's not finding a look, we've seen him go backup ball up the right side.
Yeah, and that could change some stuff.
Take a peek, right? You got a shot here. Take a peek, see if it's there. Yeah, Sub-Zero, that was a fantastic event when Eric's dad, that was at the Masters last year at the Thunderbolt. Eric Jones' dad got up and played the sax for the national anthem before the TV show. That was pretty cool. I was in the building for that. That was something special.
There's the backup.
Yeah. I'm going to say I'm not surprised. Look on his face. Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, that could change the look for Brad for enough shots there.
Yeah, and he definitely wasn't throwing that to try to change Brad's luck. He was throwing that because he's done that a couple times.
Right, I saw it earlier.
Yeah, he's done it this weekend. He's done it in his career. So
yeah,
that's just a little trick he's got in his book.
He was definitely doing it this morning. I think he used that, honestly, most of the way through this morning's block.
That looked like a different ball from Brad. Looked like he did just move right. Just move right and stay away from what he's doing. preserve that line for 1 or 2 more frames if you can. So Brad Miller will go up 1-0. Give us a like, a subscribe, and a share. Time to get out there for our second game here of a championship match. See if we can't push this over 1,500 viewers. That'd be fantastic. So help us out, everybody.
I'd like to shout out all the sponsors again as well. You know, Hammer came on board this year as well. Obviously, our timeline was brought up a month and a half. So super ecstatic to be teaming with them. Wolfe's Bowling Supply and Mike Wolfe been a great help as well. QubicaAMF. So all those guys have been fantastic. Appreciate all of their support. Definitely you guys for the live stream as well. I appreciate you and Emil.
Absolutely.
Craig.
We've been a part of this for just about a decade.
Yeah. Yep.
Between the two of us.
All the staff here, they've been super great. You know, my staff to work with for the center, and then, you know, they get to overwatch while everything's going on. Justin Peach is always my right-hand man over there, and then my wife's the one in the background, Brandy, that keeps me from going insane, which is probably pretty close to that anyway. So, you know, fortunately, I'll be able to lean on her a little bit more next year for some extra help for the organizational side of stuff. But she keeps busy at work and at home with our 3-year-old. So starting over is exhausting. Definitely more for her than for me.
How about you take the time off until noon tomorrow, and then you get back working on next year's tournament. All right, we'll give you till noon.
Yeah. I don't think I can take off the month or two that I normally do. There's just too much stuff, you know. Location change seems like it's the number one question right now.
Brad Miller, 222 to 172. Game number 1 winner.
Back to the other ball.
Brad with the spare. Brad's been looking for that big W. This is a big one here. This is a big event. He's bowled it. Has Brad bowled this in the past?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't been here for a couple of years. I don't remember if he bowled before that. But starting off 2025, right before the PBA Tour starts, a big win here in a big event for either one of these players. Of course, Eric Jones made TV last year. Brad's been on shows before as well. Both these players looking for a big win on the PBA Tour. And this, could be a way to vault them into some confidence in a big event.
There it is.
Nice carry. Not sure what those 3 pins were that were standing for a little bit, but they're all gone now. But that's 50 cents. It's a quarter for every pin left on the deck, even with the strike. So. See, the only thing that I see with that is obviously it's not drilled for a right-hander, so the ball's just kind of standing up, which is what he wants, right? You don't want anything to overhook, but it just doesn't have a great roll going in the pocket. It's going to sacrifice some carry even on dead flush shots. But he's done it before, right? I mean, we've seen Simonson win on tour throwing back a ball.
Yeah.
In Delaware, actually. We're headed next week to kick off the season. Eric is a really good spare shooter. He can throw that thing dead straight. I watched him shoot some 4.6s and big 4s, and he just throws it right straight up like the 3 board. And that's not easy to do.
No.
I mean, people say they throw it straight. I throw it straight, but not that straight, right? You're talking angles. I mean, when it's 3 at the arrows, and it's 3 when it goes off the pin deck. Go home and try and practice that once in a while and see how that works for you.
Yeah, I think there might be some people that get a little frustrated with that, even trying to do that. Oh, trip out of 710.
Taking a rear rack.
No, tripped out.
And that's the common hit here this afternoon, that 5-7 kind of falling sideways. Is that like what they used to call it, like a wall shot or something? Was that the old term for it?
Yeah.
Something you would see back in all the lacquer days, back in like the 70s, with yellow dots and things like that. Hit the head pin and watch the pin scatter. So that one looked better. He got a handful of that one. I think he moved right and really just powered that in the lane. That one's not quite as good.
No.
But makeable spare. Right? I mean, that's can we call it the Bradley defense, right? If you can't strike, let's give you something you can make. Don't leave buckets, don't leave washouts, don't leave the splits. There's been a ton of splits. I mean, there's something to be said about leaving makeables. And if you sneak in a couple strikes here and there, a couple doubles, you shoot 2 teens. And 2 teens is a good ball game here. Make your opponent beat that.
I've definitely seen people in this top 8 today win with less
Absolutely.
than 2 teams.
Well, Brad won the first game against Kyle, 197-186. Yeah, this is far from over. Brad's misses has been late. Had that 1-7-10 in the last game that fell late. And he's come up light a couple shots, and we just mentioned you don't want to be shooting buckets. Any multi-pin spares on this pattern.
Yeah, it get difficult really quick.
So I know you don't like giving away any details, but if I was just to say this is over 40 mils of oil, would you agree with that?
I probably wouldn't answer.
Come on, you're not playing my game. I was going to say, how about over 45? Would you agree with that?
I had someone asking me earlier. They're like, you know, give me some info. And I'm like,
all right, if this was Major League Baseball, would this pattern be in the 40-40 club?
The only thing I said earlier, like is the only thing I'll say now is the pattern does not exceed 50 feet.
So it's not part of the 50-50 club. That's just Shohei all by himself, right? Well, that's a good looking shot.
It's in tip.
I think just to follow through just a little bit off to the right, the ball just doesn't want to. Well, I thought about it.
Yep. Yep. So that's the best answer I give on the pattern ever. I have people call up in there, they ask, and I've had people. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I've had people ask to use the pattern. I don't give it out. It's just I don't give it out, and I don't give info.
Pennzoil or Valvoline? What oil are you using?
Huh?
Pennzoil or Valvoline? What oil you got?
Yeah, it's the Crisco out of the kitchen.
There you go. Well, might as well.
Yep. Take a little bit of like duck fat or something in the front. On back left.
Yeah, interesting. Be right straight at it. Brad Miller's up 1-0.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the danger. 222, 172 win game number 1. Total pins don't matter. Win 2 games, you win the title.
That's it.
Eric taking a re-rack, not because the pins are off spot, it's just to take a breath, regroup, think about a game plan here.
Still a lot of game to go.
Yeah, it still has 235 out there. Brad Space and Bucking are 2 1/4, so we're getting in must strike territory. Keep some pressure on.
Close. Good shot. That one looked great right off his hand.
That's an instant feedback. You know at the arrows whether or not it's a quality shot.
Great shot there too.
Look how that one, he just let it roll off his hand. A little bit of loft, got it off the spot, but it was rolling the entire way. It wasn't one of those like bounce skid type thing. Ball picked up nice, and the result is exactly what he was hoping for.
Any interesting questions in the chat?
Well, we got past all the formalities and the interesting, easy questions. Now it's just about watching this title match.
Yeah.
Everybody's wondering, and we've talked about it at length, what's going on with the center, where you're going next year, to be determined. That'll be announced at some point once you make those decisions, sign the contract. And a lot of people just chiming in with some stories about the center and what they remember. I just saw a little post from Tracy Novak. You know, she spent a lot of time bowling in this building. She took one last photo in the bathroom. Right. But you know, and for you, Jason, I'm sure once this is over, once you get ready to turn the lights off, it's gonna be a bit emotional.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I haven't spent as much time in this building as Tracy or Tony Lambert or Mike Wolfe, or a lot of the people that grew up in the area in the center and appreciate it from where it was to where it is. It was a great shot.
That was a really good shot. The 7-pin just says, I'm not playing.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, I've been here 6 years at this center. Definitely bittersweet. I'm not the typical emotional guy, but, you know, who knows, turning the lights off for the last time might get a little emotional, who knows. think he might need all of them now.
Yeah, 215 to max. And, you know, Brad Miller's pacing 215, so it's time to strike and keep some pressure on. But we've seen it. When you force your opponent to have to get something, it's not that easy. I'll tell you, the last thing I want to do is have to get 9 for the win here on this pattern, because we saw Trevor Roberts. He needed at least 8, and he got 7.
Since
Oh, come on.
wow.
Come on. That's just rude. I know bowling's not fair, but it definitely doesn't seem fair to lose a match on a shot like that.
It's tough.
Oh,
He definitely
labeled, absolutely labeled it.
needs a lot of help now. It's close. Great
That's
shot.
that's your winning shot right there, isn't it?
Think so.
204 the max for Eric Jones. Well, 9 out, 9 out's 201. Just needs another mark.
Yeah. Nothing crazy.
Well, I will give you a quick story. I was in this situation years ago. Remember the green Nitro R?
Yes.
Right, early reactive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
First night I throw it right off the press. I need a mark in the 9th or 10th for 800. They weren't that prevalent back then. 9th frame, 4.9. All right. Need a mark. What do you think I do in the 10th?
Oh,
I didn't do that.
no.
710. For 798. 4.9, 710. It's like, come on. Really? The bowling can be cruel. So, but any mark here, and Brad Miller's going to be our 46th Bradley Open champion. I did have a quote. Have they been consecutive, or was there any breaks in the 46 years where an event wasn't held? Did you have a COVID tournament?
Yeah, we did have a COVID tournament. Because all the restrictions had started coming off at that point.
Gotcha.
So, yep, we had it. No, I don't think there were any breaks. I don't think there's been any breaks.
So our 46th champion here, Bradley Open, Brad Miller. It's still impressive to see Eric Jones go win and runner-up back-to-back years. That's in any, I don't care what, if you're bowling a Sunday sweeper back home, that's still a pretty good deal.
No, absolutely.
But in an event like this, on this pattern, with what he's done, getting through the matches, getting through the different rounds, congratulations, Eric Jones. But how about big congrats to Brad Miller?
And
He is our champion.
you look at Brad's run this morning as well. He shoots 257, game 12 to be the cut man. He was 50 pins out going into that last game.
Yeah, then he beats Kyle Troop, tournament leader.
Yep.
And
Beats
then
Kyle
it's-
Troop.
Yeah, and then Kyle Sherman, his good
Yep.
buddy.
And now Eric Jones.
Yeah, that's
That's a run.
That's a pretty good bracket killer right there.
Yeah, that's a run.
So, of course, Brad will get his victory lap. Eric's just going to test that right side one more time just for fun.
Well, Brad also bucks the trend of lefties winning. Last 3 years has been lefties winning them all.
Yeah, Eric Jones might have broke the internet if he was a lefty throwing backup ball and wins the tournament.
But that, does that count as a partial righty?
Honestly, I would have liked to see some of the chatter if that happened because you get hammered about lefties winning this tournament, but
Oh, yeah.
it's not like they were any slouch lefties that won this tournament.
No, absolutely not. I think sometimes that's the thing that people don't understand or put into context. Last year we had 4 righties, 4 lefties, and it just so happened it was all 4 righties against all 4 lefties, and all the 4 lefties advanced, and they're great players.
Yeah, sometimes that's just the way it goes.
I'm going to jump off here quick.
Yeah, let's come up here real quick.
Do you want me to award trophies first?
What a historic run. Brad shot 250 last game of qualifying to sneak into the 8th spot to make a Cinderella run to be in the champion. Let's give a round of applause for Eric.
So I just took over here and we snuck Brad in before the check-in trophy. You get the money eventually. Don't worry about it. But congratulations.
Yeah, that's okay.
Nice bowling.
Dang, man, that was crazy.
This is a very historic tournament. Quite a list of champions through the years. So what's it feel like to add your name to that?
Yeah, it's a big-time tournament. They always make them extremely difficult, and you're throwing 2 shots of spares or 2 shots of frame, really. And a lot of great players come out and play, and it's a long week. A lot of luck. The scores are so low that breaks actually kind of matter. Because all the matches are usually really close. And I just got them. I got one in the 9th against Troop. I got a couple against Kyle the second game, and then actually went to a ball I haven't thrown all week that match just because it had surface on it.
Yeah, just a fresh cover.
Fresh cover, and then it worked.
So, yeah, let's run over that real quick. You shoot 250s last game to get in the top 8.
Yeah.
You get Kyle Troop, and Kyle was bowling well this weekend.
He was. I feel kind of bad for him because he beat everybody by like 200 pins.
Yeah, he lapped the field, but that's it's the way it goes. Then you get your good buddy Kyle Sherman.
Yep. And I kind of got lucky. That wasn't Kyle's greatest. But, you can't re-hit your bowling balls with your pads and your surface. So I was able, the match against Kyle, I threw a couple balls as well that I didn't normally throw throughout the week just because they had surface. And Kyle's ball, the one, it just got a little oily. And he tried to do the same thing, but the pattern's so hard that it just takes nothing, for you to lose your look and the next thing you know, which was happening to me this morning. I had 80 under for 4, and then I had 250 the last game just to get in. So the 80 under for 4, who knows, man? It's just how hard the pattern is.
Well, then you rallied, and then you get defending champion. I was going to go back-to-back, and the youngster Eric Jones.
I cannot believe it. It's cool when it works out like this, isn't it?
Yeah, the people you beat is pretty impressive. But so we've got that. It's a big event. We know that. The money's nice. But for you, the last couple of years have been a struggle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The game's changing,
So to come in this event the week before tour starts, got to be a nice little confidence boost.
It's about as good as it can get. You get a win under your belt, whether it's for $1,000 or for $100,000. When you beat, that caliber of players, it really doesn't matter. It's a lot of guys showed up just to make sure they got their reps in for the tour, plus support the tournament because it's normally on a different weekend, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's usually in mid-February. Has been for a while, but it got moved up because of the center closing. So you're the last winner in this building.
Last winner.
You might have thrown the last ball in the building.
Kyle has the last 300. He had a 300 last game of doubles.
Oh,
so the last 300 in the building.
Yeah, that's a little bittersweet for the people here of Kentucky, but it is what it is. But yeah, nice bowling. Congrats. Take a minute now to thank some of your people.
Oh man, I know my mom and dad are out there watching. I just appreciate them. Truly, without them, I would not be here. I would have been probably doing something else by now. So they've pushed me. They know these days come, even though they're hard. And everybody back in Missouri, Kansas City, St. Louis, Jazz now's watching. He's been texting me throughout. Hopefully he doesn't critique me too much. I know probably could have thrown a couple shots a little better, but I don't know, man. The game came together nicely out to the right. I was very happy to at least get a good look out there to the right to where I could actually just kind of throw some shots instead of feeling like I got to manipulate anything. And it just worked out. Man, I can't believe it.
What was your thoughts when Eric got over there and threw a couple all up the right side? We knew it was going to happen.
Well, it could go a couple ways. He could get lined up and do it really well, or it's a shot in the dark. And it turned out as a shot in the dark, but he did it well. He had that one where he almost missed the head pin left, but other than that, I mean, for the most part, he was getting it online. I can't. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's unreal. He's going to be a force for a long time.
Well, I mean, most people don't have that, like, the guts to do stuff like that. You know, I don't. I mean, maybe I do, but title match, you're going to go back up. You know, that. Even though he didn't win, that shows something about his mentality.
Yeah,
and how he's
versatility, not
fearless.
scared.
And that is the key. I mean, practice and being great and all that, but when you're fearless, you're hard to beat. Simon's kind of like that too. He can just, play literally anywhere on the lane.
And just impose his will on you.
They're getting reps. So Eric Jones has been getting reps playing backup for a while now, and it just shows he's confident. And then it shows what the future is. The guys can play both sides of the lane. They can throw any type of different bowling ball. So,
But enough about that. It's Brad Miller Day.
Man.
2025 Bradley Open champion. Let that sink in.
Feels great. It's my name.
There you go. It's the Brad Championship.
The Brad Championship.
All right, congrats.
Thank you.
Get that check, get that trophy, and we'll see you in Delaware next weekend.
Thanks. Have a good night, everyone.
Brad Miller, our champion this week. Good stuff there. So that's a wrap here for Bowlstream TV at the Bradley. We had great viewer numbers, great interaction in the chat. Thanks, everybody, for keeping it nice and clean today. That's always appreciated. So until the next time, Emil Williams Jr. will be back on air here the next time you see Bowlstream TV go live. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss any of the action. Lots of big events coming up throughout the rest of the year and beyond. So it's not bye forever. It's just bye for now. Craig Elliott. We'll see you next time on the interweb. Have a great night, everybody.